G'day, my name's Alex Campbell.
And I'm Jasper.
And you're watching the 11th episode of Examining Cinema.
Cheers, big ears.
Wake in Fright is a 1971 Australian exploitation film that explores isolation, depression, depravity, homosexuality. Wake in Fright is a 1971 Australian exploitation film that explores isolation, depression, depravity, homosexuality. He did the thing. He did the
I thought that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
Apparently that's not what we're doing.
The what's his name? The sergeant guy.
Yeah.
Chips Rafferty.
Come on. But the opening pan shot, my immediate reaction, just based on the pan shot, was to jump up from the couch and run around the house and turn all the lights off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just because if someone had taken the effort to frame that pan shot
beautifully,
make it, and then put that score over the top of it, and it just like, this. Just from the get-go, you know, somebody has actually put some effort into this film.
Yeah, it just encapsulates isolation. It pans 360 degrees. You see two houses in it. It's the first shot, and you're like, oh, holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought this was an Aussie film, but apparently this is fucking gonna be amazing.
Amazing.
Continues to be an amazing film.
Well, so I had some trepidations coming into it tonight because I got a bit of a head cold and yada yada yada. And I had, well, it's a bit of a grindy film.
It is.
And so I had some trepidation
slow.
whether or not I'd want to sit through it. Whether or not it'd have that replayability, rewatching it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, sitting down to it, as soon as you get to that pan shot, it's like, this is why I like this film.
This is only the second time I've ever watched it. And I brought it on DVD, but I didn't even watch it then. And I was going to watch it and make notes for this review.
Yeah.
But I thought that's not the proper way to get what the film is. You don't sit there writing notes. You watch it and you drink and you enjoy the entire experience. Yeah, it takes you on an experience. This guy, what's his name? John Grant.
Mm-hmm.
He's a school teacher at Timbunda.
Yes.
Timbunda.
Timbunda, yeah.
Yeah. And what he wants to do...
fucking whoop.
Yeah, the middle of fucking nowhere. What he wants to do is he wants to get out of teaching, get $2,000 to get out of teaching, get with his missus and go to England.
Go to England, yes.
And at the beginning, he has aspirations of doing that. He leaves the school for the school year and he goes to Bunda Yarra.
Goes to the Yarra.
The Yarra.
The Yarra,
Everyone you're new to the Yarra, mate?
You new to the Yarra?
You're not a Yarra man, are you?
Paradise on earth.
Absolutely. And it just fucking...
It gets darker and darker and darker. It's a very, very interesting film. It's a horror film without any horror. It's it's a very dark
it's like a journey, really.
Well, yeah, it's the typical hero's journey. It is. You go there, you have a...
You can make like Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, you have that exploratory adventure.
Except for Bilbo Baggins doesn't fuck Gandalf.
Exploratory adventure. It changes the hero, and then he comes back to where he started as a changed man.
Yeah, the Shire.
Yeah, it's the hero's journey. It's the archetypical hero's journey.
Brilliant. And he goes through just as much as Frodo or Bilbo.
Yeah, except that's exploring his sexuality in the middle of fucking desert with a really hairy old bald guy.
Yeah, so Donald Pleasance plays this guy.
Yeah.
And little to my knowledge, which I'm ashamed of saying, he's a fucking great famous actor. He's not even Australian.
Oh, okay.
He was in The Great Escape. He was in THX 1138.
Oh, was he?
He was in Escape from New York.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what you just witnessed then was an Australian accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that.
It's seamless.
Normally Australians can really pick up on people who are acting as Australians.
Yeah, well, they go too far. They take
obvious,
to
yeah.
haven't seen you in 5 years,
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, that's the cliche thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played it just right, and it
was fucking great.
He's probably the standout performance.
Oh, the eyes that the dude has, man, is like...
Yeah,
so he looks like a fucking madman.
Yeah, well, he is a fucking madman.
He's a fucking madman.
Shall I satisfy your curiosity? I'm a doctor of medicine and a tramp by temperament. I'm also an alcoholic.
So Chips Rafferty, who plays Chuck Crawford, the police chief at the Yabba,
right?
He's also a famous Australian actor.
Is he?
Well, Donald Pleasant isn't Australian, but he's a famous Australian actor. He was in a whole bunch of shit. This was his last role.
Oh, okay.
He died of a heart attack shortly after.
Yeah.
And
I'll take your word on it.
Yeah. All the scenes with the beer sculling. Day one on the set, the director set up, good to go. Sculls half his beer in the iconic shots.
Yeah.
He gets halfway through and he's like, "What is this, mate?" He's like, "Oh, it's a non-alcoholic beer." And the quote is, "You handle the directing, I'll handle the drinking."
Yeah.
So yeah, all those scenes of him just fucking downing drinks. That's him downing drinks.
What about another beer?
Yes, that's something to look forward to.
The director said his estimation of how many drinks he had on the first day of shooting was about 30 schooners. So yeah, Chips Rafferty is just, he's a good character, he's a great guy, and this is kind of similar with all the other characters, but it's very sinister.
There's definitely, and I mean, this has been corroborated by other sources, but there is definitely out west, there used to be, I don't know so much now, but there was definitely a culture of, if you weren't a man who drinks, then you were somehow homosexual.
Yeah.
That was definitely a way that people perceived manliness out west in Australia.
They make the teacher comment 2 or 3 times. What's he doing talking to a woman? He's a teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing rather talk to a woman than drink? Oh, he's a school teacher.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, the first image we get of Chips Rafferty's character is just the lighter, and the flame on it is about this big.
Yeah,
and to begin with, he's like...
Just to be confrontational.
Yeah, what's the term you use? Aggressively...
Oh, no, I believe that's a line that he uses in the movie. It's aggressive hospitality.
Yeah, aggressive hospitality.
Yeah.
Every time he tells him, you're going to have another beer, he just stares him down and waits for him to finish his beer, and it's great.
Yeah.
Character is played beautifully.
You're new to the Yabba?
So he starts out, he is a teacher, it's got this long pan shot with just a discordant score over the top.
Yes.
And then it cuts to him in the classroom, and it's just, again, the discordant score. He's sitting there not saying a word. It's a full classroom of kids. None of them are saying a word, and it's just this long, drawn out shot of him and the kids. And then he goes, "All right, time to go." And all the kids pile out, and the last kid's like a really tall, obviously he's a bit too old to be there. He's like, "See you next year, mate."
Yeah.
It's great. But then he gets to Yabba, and he's sort of, his whole character flips. As soon as he gets introduced to gambling, You know, it's played up that he wants to make the money so that he can get out of this teaching gig so he can go to England, right?
Yeah.
But it just seems like his character flips very quickly at that point.
Well, as soon as he gets to the Yabba, he's like very,
Yeah, it's like one night, fucking
bang, man. He's like, teaching is a trap.
He
they won't let me
gambles
out.
away literally every single piece. Well, it's not even that. He seems like an intelligent person, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes and immediately does something incredibly stupid, which is gambles away all of his money.
Tiles, 2 tiles.
So 2 Up is a game basically of flipping coins. You get 2 coins on a paddle. You flip them up, and
an
people
Australian
in the
game.
vicinity take bets on how the coins are going to land. In its most simple version. That's essentially what it is.
And that whole thing, all those people, the main guy with the thing flipping it up, the secondary character and all that, they were all a real group of people who actually played 2 Up in this area that the director met.
Yeah. Because it's all filmed on site. All of it is actually filmed
locations. There are no sets. It doesn't suddenly cut to the set of a house. It's like you're inside a house with a camera. So all those people, actually people who played that game.
Look fucking gorgeous.
I know, they're fucking beautiful. But all the secondary characters, there's like a really fat guy whose face is like little and he's all wrinkled. And
all of them look interesting. It's like
they're people, you know?
It's like the Twin Peaks thing with
David Lynch,
where he
chooses
people who
interesting, weird.
Tiles. Put it on. 60 on tiles. You're on hands, hurry. Good, hurry. Shh. There you go.
The first scene when he comes to Yabba and he checks into his hotel and he decides to go to the pub and it's just fucking packed.
Yeah, full of people.
And he's got to push his way through
elbow just
all
to get
of
a
these
beer.
blokes. And I said to Alex at the time, it's like, if that was my only social option, I would have just stayed in my hotel room.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just the way it's portrayed. And the how confrontational, and it's all these fucking sweaty guys and he's got to like fucking wade through. It's like, I don't really want to, I don't know why you're even doing this.
There were no Game Boys or Netflix back then.
Well, there was no Game Boys or Netflix.
So staying at your hotel room would be like literally fucking nothing.
There was a genuine debate as to whether or not I should be reviewing this movie or playing Pokemon.
The younger generation. Wait. Kids these days. So the director of this film is Ted Kotcheffs, and he's a Canadian. So he came...
that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, okay.
So he came into this whole Australian experience with an outsider view.
Right.
And it's just seeing all those little weird... things about our society, which we take for granted, which we don't see as weird and obscure, that he was able to observe and go, oh,
what the fuck is this?
And then with this film, he kind of takes it and twists it like 12% more extreme.
Yep.
So the Lest We Forget scene.
So to give a little bit of context, we have places in Australia called RSLs, which is the Royal Service League.
Yes, Royal
There
Service
we go.
League. Very good, sir.
I'm fucking all over
Very
this
good,
shit.
sir.
Right. So basically they're like a pub / bowls club / sports club / a few things, you know, they got pokies and a bar but it's mostly closed off to most people because it's about returned servicemen and things like that.
Honouring war veterans.
Yeah, but we grew up going to RSLs and things like that with our parents, and when you're there at a certain time of night, you're expected to stand up and pay respect.
Pay a minute of silence to the dead.
Yeah,
World War One, World War Two.
Yeah, because it's about returned servicemen. And it's about giving them a service and So that's what the organisation is.
Yeah. So that scene's in the movie.
Yeah.
They're all in the pub.
And
and
really
this moment happens.
Skews it.
And all the lighting changes, and like they cut to like these paintings of these servicemen, and they're all kind of like slightly obscure.
Yeah, you just the way that
and it's a Lest We Forget thing, and Chips Rafferty's character's like grabbing him, like turning him.
Turn around, fucking face up, yeah.
So it's slightly twisted, but then on reflection, when I thought about it, I'm like, that is really weird.
It's like a cult.
You're like, yeah, it is.
It's portrayed like a cult.
You're eating your dinner with your family, and all of a sudden it's like, stand up, respect the dead, remember the war, and it's like, what the fuck? What is this? And yeah, it's that outsider's perspective.
But yeah, as a kid, like I've been through that and never thought anything about it until watching this film, and you go, oh,
reevaluate it.
Okay, maybe it is a bit weird.
Yeah.
Get up. Ladies and gentlemen, let us pay a tribute to our fallen comrades.
I feel it necessary that's not to say that we shouldn't have those types of
No, it's not a negative thing, but it is quite obscure when you dig deep down into the psyche of it.
Yeah.
Some old people would argue with me now and go, you're fucking...
Oh,
how do you say that about our fucking fallen soldiers?
We're not.
No, we're the younger generation.
Yeah, it's just observing that behaviour in humans is interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, there's a scene of a roo hunt. At the end of the film, there is a disclaimer that says that the roo hunt scenes were all filmed with professional hunters. But, I mean, if you know anything about Australians and roo hunting...
Not professional.
Well, yeah, they were probably the blokes who were acting were the professional hunters. It wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, you just get... Well, this is the gore scene, right? This is the gore of the horror movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just fucking dudes shooting roos, and well, in the disclaimer it says something to the effect of after like talking to animal fucking welfare groups, and because the survival of the Australian roo is important. They decided to show it uncut, the footage uncut, and so you actually see roos getting shot and dying.
Yeah, live roos getting shot by rifles.
Yeah, quite confrontational.
Because when you see the scene, you don't realise that it's footage from a hunt.
At first you don't clue on, but pretty quickly you realise,
yeah.
Oh no, that's actually a roo that's dying. That thing's like kicking and stuff.
Yeah, and it's like some rather graphic footage, and the whole way it's edited and cut.
Yeah,
like them laughing hysterically, and quick cuts of the gore scenes of the roo and the eerie, like synth music. The music in this whole film is so
fucking good.
Amazing. All those scenes with him walking down the main street, and it's got that
with the gun. He's like
off key, off-putting anxiety.
Well, it's like I would it's like a Razorhead, right?
Yes,
it's like a Razorhead. That's what it's like.
Yeah.
And that's why I sort of had that trepidation coming in, because I'd seen it before and I knew it was sort of like a Razorhead, and I knew I was sort of in a fucked mindset.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was ready to try and sit through. Well, I definitely wasn't ready to sit through a Razorhead.
No. Give me a break. I don't want to see a Razorhead for a good 3 months.
Oh, you are sick.
I just have to briefly mention the car scene driving at the roos.
Oh, during the daytime.
All the angles and how it's shot is absolutely impeccable.
And
there's so many angles of
the sounds great.
Yeah, the tree just clipping the top of the roof and the branches spreading away. Yeah. Like the angle of it lens chasing the kangaroos and everything. I'll cut some in now. It's just impeccable.
It's beautiful. Fucking fantastic.
Alright, continue.
So then they go back and they come back and it's nighttime and they're shooting, they're laughing hysterically, and so the bigger butcher guy, he gets volunteered to go. There's a Roo that's wounded, so he gets volunteered to go out and kill it with a knife. And so you get to see him literally wrestling with a live wounded Roo. Like, it's actually legit.
It's definitely...
It's debatable as to whether or not because he ends up slitting the Roo's throat.
Yes.
It's debatable as to whether or not that actual act of him slitting the throat was real. Maybe it was, at that point, maybe it was a dummy, maybe...
Well, yeah.
It's hard to tell.
I don't think the kangaroo was a dummy.
Because they cut away... Yeah. No, the kangaroo definitely was real. The point where he's
but even in the slit shots, like, the kangaroo was definitely real, but maybe it was a plastic knife. He just run it along the real kangaroo's neck that he's wrestling with, which is crazy. Like,
the main character...
I would never wrestle with a kangaroo.
Then later on, like a few minutes later, our main character, he gets volunteered. He's really fucking drunk, and he's gonna go. They say,
the movie really takes a turn here. It's a massive knock for the character's morale and where.
Yeah, well, it's fucked up. He's really drunk. He's really
everyone's cheering.
He's like, I'll do it. And then he gets up to the Roo, and it's like, oh fuck, I gotta kill this thing.
And he's got it by the tail, and he's pulling.
Well, it's a real Roo at that point. He's pulling it.
It's a little one.
It's a little
like,
one.
Oh, it's just a baby. Like, go on.
But it's like a real kangaroo that he's pulling on his fucking tail.
Yeah.
Like, I would not do that to a kangaroo.
No. He's actually holding a real kangaroo by the tail.
But there is a shot where he's got it around the front and the Roo's got its claws on his arm. I'm pretty sure it was a tame one at that point.
Yeah.
It was severely fucked up because it wasn't. It was just sort of resting.
Yeah, well, it could have been a captive or a whatever, zoo kangaroo.
But so he kills, so we get to see he can't stand his throat. He's got to brutally stab it to death multiple times.
Yeah, and the music is so fucking dark and twisted, and the shots and the acting is so distraught.
Oh, dude, it's fucked up.
When he's walking back.
All the facial shots too, like, one of the things that they do on the internet is these reaction memes. Where they have just a facial shot of a person's reaction. Yeah. Go through this movie, it is a fucking gold mine.
Yeah.
But there's just so many reaction shots of people's faces.
Well, it's like
of just abject horror.
Yeah. Well, it's like every scene, he knew exactly what the character was going through, what their motivations were, what their mind frame was. Like he was in the head of that character.
Yeah, no, it was
obviously meant the
amazing.
director was like, this is what you're doing, this is what you're feeling, this is where you're at emotionally. So it's all great. So he goes back to the shitty shanty shack hut bungalow where Donald Pleasant's character lives.
They go back to the pub. They continue drinking.
Fighting.
Old mate passes out. Doc decides that old mate is Socrates.
Yes.
And then the two brothers or the two butch blokes start getting into a punch up. Doc is fucked out of his mind on spirit, so he picks up a chair and he starts beating people with a chair. They're all screaming and yelling and fighting.
The owner comes out.
The owner's asleep. They've all trashed they're smashed in all the windows in the front of his house.
He was being hospitable before this point, offering the beers and doing all this, and they're just wrecking his fucking house. It's just a game, mate. It's just a game.
It's just a party.
It's just a party.
You bastard!
Picking up a chair, putting it through the wall.
And they get back to his shack because Doc owns a shack.
Yeah, he
doesn't. It's not his. He does state that it's not his.
That's true. He goes into his whole economics and how he lives within
the because he's got no money, but he
philosophy,
is an ex-doctor. He's a physician, a trained physician.
Yeah.
But he's not a licensed one, obviously.
So they start playing around and wrestling, and while this whole scene is happening, the light is swinging, Which makes the whole
So
lighting...
it starts out, they're in there, they're mucking around, Doc's like pushing the fridge closed and he's trying to open it, and Doc's pushing the fridge closed.
They're drunk,
They're drunk old mate's pouring beer all over Doc.
Yeah.
Doc picks up the rifle and starts shooting out the lights inside the shack and just like shooting shit.
Yeah, okay. I think I was getting a drink at that point.
You were, you got a drink. Yeah. He's just like fucking randomly shooting stuff.
Yeah.
And then Doc switches the light on and it's swinging and he's playing with it and shining it at old mate. And it's like, oh, turn it off, Doc.
Interrogation.
Doc, turn it off. That basically is what it turns into.
Yeah, they start grabbing each other and holding each other, and
they're rustling on the floor, and it's the typical sex scene where like the camera pans away and it looks up at the light and fades and then cuts into the next morning.
The whole scene like ends with the camera like moving into the light.
But it's weird. It's like it starts out like they're wrestling and fighting, and you sort of go, it'd be fun if they fuck.
Yeah.
And then they fuck.
Well, this is a film made in 1971. Set in Australia, and you think about the homophobia around that era, around that time. It's like they're not gonna have a gay scene in this. But it looks like they're leading to a gay scene. And then it enters a gay scene. You're like, wow.
Yeah, when we first saw it, we were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like I can't believe they did that.
Yeah.
Like all credit to the film.
I thought it would have been like a little nuance, just a little nod to maybe
they did. No.
But no.
He wakes up. He's like horrified, and he fucking pulls up his pants and does them up, and he's looking at Doc, and he's like, "Oh, we just fucking had mad anal sex." And it's just like, wow, this is... I can't believe they've done this.
Refreshing.
Absolutely. The fact that these characters had extreme anal sex was very refreshing. You don't get that in enough films.
No, they didn't hold back. That was why it's like, oh, well, okay, we're going here, we're doing this.
Could you imagine if Infinity Wars had a gay scene?
Between Thor and Thanos.
Yeah.
Like
that would be refreshing.
My darling, can't get enough of your love, babe.
So at the time, in 1971, when this film was released in Australia, there was a lot of lashback against it, and a lot of Australians thought it was an unhonest depiction of our culture. And the film didn't really pick up, it wasn't really famous, it didn't really become a cult classic or anything. I hadn't heard about it till we watched it on Stan.
I mentioned it to my old man.
Yeah.
My old man was like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that, it's a crap movie. I'm like, and I said to him, did you watch it?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a horrifying movie.
Yeah.
Dad's like, oh, there was nothing in it, like nothing happened, there's nothing scary about it. I'm like, it's about a dude who's fucking realizes he's gay.
Yeah.
Like,
partially.
Essentially, it's about a guy who goes off, fucking realizes that he's a homosexual and can't deal with the fact that he's a homosexual.
Yeah.
Essentially.
You can make that good. Yeah, okay.
And fucking Dad's like, wait, what? I had no idea that that's what the movie was about.
Those two scenes made it completely obvious, though.
Yeah, but no, apparently, I think at the time, a lot of Australians were that naive that they did not pick up on that.
Yeah, possibly. And they didn't.
That's what. Yeah.
They didn't want their culture to be depicted in that horribly twisted, violent, sexually aggressive, alcoholic way. There's a quote from the director now. I'd normally be able to recite it, but I'm drinking.
Look at this homo. Can't even hold his fucking beer.
These actors comes in
What are you fucking doing, man? Jesus fuck!
That's not kangaroo.
Camera's rolling, mate. Camera's fucking rolling.
The director said it's a view into like the brutality and sexualness and alcoholicness of man. It's not a depiction of Australians.
Yeah.
It's set in Australia, but like men like that are in the outreaches of Canada.
All right, to get
because Australians like, this isn't our fucking culture.
Well, so to get into we'll get into a little bit deeper. We can go with, and this is going to be internet-y, but the Jordan Peterson thing is
first Jordan Peterson reference on Dissecting.
What is this line? It's
he has a few.
The implication of violence is always present in a converse between two men.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's true. This movie showcases that implication of violence.
That is the entire film, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's not a depiction of Australia. It's a depiction of the depravity of man.
Essentially, yeah.
Will you have a drink?
No, I'm toying with this one, thanks.
Well, drink it down, I'll buy another.
Look, I'm flat broke and I can't afford to drink.
What's that got to do with it, man? I said I'd buy you a drink. You don't have to buy me one. Now drink it down.
At no point is the violence ever motivated by anger. And I think that's what's really interesting about the film.
Yeah.
Right? It's not anger that motivates the violence. It's just the inherent culture, male culture. That sort of motivates.
And it's
that
an exploration
violence.
into that. I mean, people quickly, fucking faggot. So the end scene.
I would just like to make note that I have not moved from my chair. You've gotten up twice now.
Is this a dominance challenge?
I'm just saying.
Trying to express your masculinity over me?
Oh, we all know who's more masculine.
Don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me, Jasper. So the final scene culminates. Oh my god, he's hitting people! He's violent! Somebody stop him! The final act culminates in a very well cut montage. All these horror elements flashing back and forth. Donald Pleasant, the music is a high-pitched, eerie synth. Donald Pleasant's character is like dribbling a beer into Janice's throat, and the light
having sex on the bench, and
it's cutting to and everything so quick.
Shot.
You can't tell whether
the coins come up under Doc's eyes. Like the Greeks used to lay coins on the dead.
Yeah, for the city
for
of
the River Styx.
River Styx. Yeah. Our main character gets to the point. His progression is so extreme. He's so broken and downtrodden and changed that he fucking gets a rifle and tries to blow his head off.
No. So he gets a rifle. Goes back to Doc's shack, storms into Doc's shack with the intention of shooting him.
Yes.
And Doc isn't there.
Yeah, he kicks open the door, the whole montage is going like... The fucking intensity is up, it's all crazy.
All of the energy dies out of him, Doc's not there. So he sits down in a corner and waits for Doc. So he can't get out of town. He's got no money to get out of town. He's stuck there.
He's trapped.
And he goes, and the character goes through the process of remembering, suicide is a way to get out of town.
Yeah.
But it doesn't need to reiterate that
to the audience.
For you. Yeah. Which is really nice.
Yeah.
And he puts the rifle to his brain.
Well,
and
he tries to put it in his mouth first, and he kind of...
can't do it.
I don't want to say bitches out because he's not a bitch for not doing that.
Well, no, he is a bitch. That's the whole point of the character. He's one of them school teachers.
Yeah, he tries to put it in his mouth and he can't do it.
Yeah.
And he bitches out and he puts it to this part of his
puts
head.
it to his head.
Yeah.
And then it shows a shot of from behind him to the front of the door, and Doc walks in and goes, "Hey, bang,
bang."
Which would be a great point to stop the movie.
That would, be an incredible, like, you reach the high, the tension, that's
credits roll.
Point, good dudes, and you're like, what the fuck? Although I don't mind all the aftermath, it's kind of...
No, it works, yeah, the aftermath works.
Yeah, it doesn't ruin
It's the best
anything.
way to... No, it is because it's the completion of the hero's journey.
Yeah. Bilbo
Bilbo
has destroyed the ring, but that's
he goes back to the
right.
Shire. Oh, no, Bilbo doesn't destroy the ring.
No.
But he does go back to the Shire.
He does.
Frodo destroys the ring, but Frodo
does.
still also does go back to the Shire.
Yeah. So the character's arc is complete. He went on this horrible vacation. Everything went wrong.
Discovered that he was gay, shot himself in the head.
Yeah.
He wakes up in the hospital. He's surprisingly well off for someone who shot himself in the head.
Yeah, you don't really see a wound or anything.
No.
He cracks a beer. But the funny thing is, Chips Rafferty's character, the sheriff, is there for him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I've written up your thing. The rifle accidentally dropped. He shot himself. Then the doc is there. The doc's character for him is there. Drives him to the station. So all these people come off as sinister, but underneath they're all like genuine Aussie blokes.
Well, this is the thing, yeah. So it's like the betrayal of these people is genuine.
Yeah. They're not black and white. They're not Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
They're in the middle. They're in that grey area. They're sinister.
The literal way in which the individual characters are portrayed is literally their motivations.
Yeah.
When they say, drink up so I can buy you another drink, it's not because they have some ulterior motive.
Yeah.
It's just literally because they want you to hurry up so they can buy you another drink.
They want to have another drink.
But there is no, it's just literally, that's it. But because we're so used to people having that ulterior motive, and it's just really weird. Like, we were having conversations as to whether or not in this scenario you could say, well, no, I don't want to drink. No, I don't want to drink. No, I don't want to drink.
And eventually
they'd be like, all right, well, okay, you don't want to drink.
But
maybe it was different then. Maybe the culture was different.
But the character does also indulge, and he is also enjoying all of these moments. He's enjoying the kangaroo scene and he's hating it. He's enjoying the gay sex scene and he's hating it.
Yeah.
He's enjoying the alcohol abuse and he's pushing it away.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, fuck Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
This is the greatest Australian film ever made.
Well, this is the greatest Australian film that I've seen. I haven't seen Razorback yet.
That's true. A slasher horror film where the main antagonist is a massive warthog.
Somewhere in the Australian outback, he's waiting.
Something big scared him away.
Like what?
I don't know.
I've not seen it either, but it's like B film, horror.
Yeah,
schlock.
I mean, this is. I think
this is high class cinema.
I think this film is definitely more up our alley.
Yeah. Well,
it's more contemplative. It's more subtle.
More deep.
You can really dig into this film.
It's about the human psyche.
Yeah.
And the cinematography and the framing and the music and the themes and everything's so beautiful.
It's
so many shots in this. I'm like, fucking, that is great. That is great.
It just hits the fucking nail on the head.
Yeah. In
like
a lot of aspects that we seek out in a film.
Yeah, it's fucking amazing.
In conclusion, go see Wake in Fright.
It's actually quite surprisingly good.
What's the matter with you people, huh? You sponge on you burn your house down, murder your wife, rape your child, that's all right. Not have a drink with you, not have a flaming bloody drink with you, that's a criminal offence, that's the end of the bloody world.
You're mad, you bastard.
What do I say?
I don't fucking know.
What's the line? What's the cliche YouTube video ending thing where it's like my video, comment on my video.
Come out and fucking drink with us.
Thank you for watching. Please buy a plane ticket to Australia, Brisbane Airport. Come to Kalanga. If you have a drink with us.
Say, if you give out my fucking address.
Jasper Moy lives at... That's the end of the film.